Hello Scorpio, I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 19th going to the 25th of, is it the 25th? Yeah, I think so, of February. So let's dive in. Let's see what's going on for you guys. All right, my lovely Scorpios. All right, you have TikTok being the first card coming out for you. All right, it's really about divine timing and making sure that we're not trying to control time or speed it up, slow it down. See, you have here and now. So yeah, really implementing the message about divine timing. All right, anything else for Scorpio? You have higher power, tapping into your third eye this week. Let's grab you some more. For Scorpio, please. Action, very interesting. All right, we have the yin and yang energy here, balance, and one more for Scorpio. And your heart chakra, the fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. Okay, well, for some of you, I mean, these are very vague messages already. We will kind of dive into the tarot in a second. But you do have a bunch of messages already coming through. Now, this can all pertain to love because you do have the heart chakra here. So this could really be about divine timing when it comes down to finding a soulmate, or for things to get better in a connection, of the things to advance, whatever it may be. You do have a very strong message where Spirit wants you to calm down a little bit as Scorpio when it comes down to the timing, because you know, at the end of the day, we can't control time. And I think the more that we try to control it, the more panicky we get, the more that things kind of get out of our control, the more that we can actually delay it. I always see this card, you know, cards kind of come to life to me. I almost see that this card kind of needs to flow away before the time can start ticking. Almost as if, let's say, what you're trying to manifest, you have to kind of believe is already, you know, you've surrendered something to the divine. Now, for some of you, this literally could actually be what you're doing, is that you're surrendering something. You're wanting to manifest something into your life, whatever it may be, money, love, romance, whatever. We will see. I can't tell right now, so I'm just guessing. But it's, you know, you're manifesting something in, but it's like you have to believe it's already coming in for it to happen. But when we're trying to control something, and we're not trusting in the universe needs you to trust it, needs you to surrender so that it can do the rest of the work. But it's almost like I'm seeing you letting it go. I let it go. All right, so let's imagine this thing going up to the universe, and then you grabbing it again, like, you need to look at it, you know, instead of trusting. It's almost like you might be delaying things even more because of the inability to let something go and surrender it. As soon as you let it go, allow the time to tick. Fill yourself up with different things that make you not think about this thing that you're manifesting, okay? Because you have here and now is the thing that you have. The past is merely a memory. The future is merely a vision. None of them exist. All that exists is right here, right now, right between me and you. And even I am created in the past, which is weird because it's my current present, but this is the past when you are seeing it. Anyway, strange. About to like trip out here. But the here and now is really saying that the opportunities are in the present. Sure, we can learn a lot about our past, and absolutely we can feel inspired by our future, and we kind of know where to go a little bit if we visualize it. But at the end of the day, the actions and the choices that you do today, that you do right now, are really what matters the most. And that's where the opportunities arise. So they're asking you to get out your head a little bit. Don't overthink situations. Be present and do things that make you feel present and grounded, because you will actually start to understand the opportunities that come around you when that might actually be signaling towards your manifestation. So for example, if you're manifesting a certain person, for some of you it will be in terms of relationships. Well, I'm not going to talk about certain person because I don't really believe in manifesting that one person that you might think about. I think a type of person you can manifest, but I think it goes against someone's free will if you're doing spell work on a person, by the way, Scorpio, just to say, just my opinion. So if it's a type of person you want to call in, you want them to be successful in whatever way you define success, But the more that you're thinking about the past, or if you're thinking about it, then you're not actually taking opportunities that might get you to meet that person, okay? Or be the person that you would be if you were to meet that person. So, it's really about being present, okay? You then have higher power, which is you connecting to the universe, seeing the signs that your manifestation is coming through here. You are in alignment to the universe when you are in the present, okay? And again, that's where we start to actually see things fall into place. You then have action, which is about taking action this week is necessary. And again, healing your heart chakra and dealing with that energy, okay? But let's dive in. Let's see your week, Scorpio. Let's see your energy for the week. Ten of Swords. You have the King of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and the Two of Wands, which ironically jumped in front of TikTok, which means that what you're planning for is clearly the thing that you are feeling like you're in a rush for time. Two of Wands, planning preparation for the future, thinking about what you really want out of your life. It's about expanding. It's about thinking big when it comes down to your goals and the next step that you want to take. So a lot of you are definitely visualizing, definitely looking into what it is that you desire in your life. The Ten of Swords represents the fact that probably something has come to an end. I'm smelling someone's perfume randomly. I'm going to clarify what that Ten of Swords is, because it is an ending. So some of you could actually be really changing your job and completely changing that. But let's see. Queen of Pentacles. Well, we do have King and Queen here. I'm not necessarily feeling like it's a relationship coming to an end. I do think it's your resources or your job here. And that's what the Queen of Pentacles can be about. One more, please, for the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Cups. What's ending, please, Spirit? They're kind of initiating with this. Like, it's not an ending, but it is an evolution. By the way, the initial E could be significant. I mean, definitely looks like an ending here, but it's almost like you've reached a point where you want more out of life, basically. And you are kind of wanting to put to an end this part of your life. You don't want to be this person anymore because you can see what you want to be in the future. But you know how you get there? You don't just ditch who you are today. You have to train yourself to now be that person. You don't just wake up as somebody else, unfortunately. You can try your best, but it really is by acting as if you are that person, making the decisions and the choices and the, actions that that person you want to be in whatever position they're in, whatever job, whatever. You have to become that person. So that Wheel of Fortune being what's ending, nothing ends when it's a wheel. There is no beginning, there is no end. So for you, it's pretty deep. They're saying there is no beginning, there is no end, etc. But there is some evolution. Things are clearly changing. The wheel is turning. It's profound. Like, it's very deep. So Queen of Pentacles, you're clearly evolving when it comes down to, it could be in terms of your money. I am really highlighting that it could be to do with your finances or your career-wise, by the way. Or maybe it's just your sense of value. Ten of Cups came through with that as well. So it could definitely be to do, again, with this dream, this goal. The Ten of Cups is wish, not just wish fulfillment, it's emotional fulfillment. It's the forever, it's the end goal at the end of the day. It's that happiness, that white picket fence, all that stuff, the rainbow after everything that's been difficult. So you also the King of Pentacles and the Judgment. If you are in a relationship, this is very grounded. I like it. You're both evolving, most likely. Expect to move, by the way. Judgment coming through as well is like really kind of learning a lesson and being ready to go into the next chapter. It's good. I just think you're like 10 steps ahead of yourself. Like mentally, we physically got to do something. So it's quite an interesting read. Let's see what else is going on. Now, let's see the TikTok card. I know the Two of Wands practically jumped out on it, but let's see. TikTok. Three of Swords. This is where the frustration is coming through. It's the pain when it comes down to the timing of something. That's the thing that's causing you pain and anxiety. Like, I'm sensing anxiety. It's causing heartache. like, I don't have this yet, and I don't have that yet, and I'm not that person yet. That's the thing, that maybe you're hurting yourself by thinking like that. Okay? Or I'm not healed yet. You know, it's like those kinds of, that pressure you're putting on yourself is kind of pushing that knife in, like that sword in a little bit more. So again, try to detach from the timing of something. The here and now, Two of Swords. Here and now is why the decision's being made. And again, look at this, because it's almost like you're cutting yourself off from the past and off from that future energy, and you're focusing on making decisions, and you're using your intuition in the present. The Eight of Wands. So things speeding up for you in the here and now. And also we have the Devil energy. So the Devil energy can be a few things. You do have the Justice card here as well. So by the way, when we have the Two of Swords and the Devil energy, it's a very good combination, because it actually is cutting chains of things that clearly feel like they have a hold on you. Habits, addictions, could even be frustrations with timing. Basically, that frustration with timing is coming from a fear that things won't go the way that you know that they will go. It's that Devil energy creeping in, saying, cut the corners there, Scorpio. You know, like it's trickery at the end of the day with that Devil energy. It's something that makes you feel fearful. But you are cutting ties with it when you sit in the here and now, when you disconnect from that pressure of the world around you, on the fact that you need XYZ immediately. Things are moving forward for you when you're present, but it's like you aren't attached to the fear of it. You're completely surrendering. You're at peace. Complete opposite of the spectrum of fear. So that Devil energy is actually, I will say, within you. I mean, it could very well be people around you that make you feel that way, but you're not listening to that. You're not listening to those voices that are like, well, if you don't hurry, you're going to go back to where where you came from, practically, when it comes down to maybe you didn't have as much as you have now. And it's the fear of, I need more, I need to get to where I want to go. Otherwise, I'm just going to end up, depressed again, or I'm going to end up, is this trickery going on within you, coming from a place of fear, which again, very normal. We all go through it. But it's just that you are this week being very guided to cut that out. Detach from anything that is, again, making you feel powerless. So you can remind yourself of what's within you. And then that's where we go to the higher power. So let's clarify the higher power. The Hierophant. Now that's interesting, because the Hierophant is teaching, religious practices. It's teaching the ways of God, of the universe. So in this case, regardless of whether you're religious or not, the higher power in the Hierophant. Some of you, maybe you end up being spiritual teachers. Maybe you already are. Some of you, this could again be focusing on your practices. What are you doing for your spiritual well-being and for your spirituality? That's going to help you connect yourself more to the universe and to the answers that you seek. Is what I'm hearing. That felt very guided. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles, the Strength card. Seven of Pentacles is a card of, having to reassess something, having to go back in. Maybe you're reassessing the structure of your beliefs, whether you are going back in and making sure that you are nurturing. It does feel like putting effort into something. Seven of Pentacles is working towards the 10, working towards stability in the area of your higher power. So your connection to your third eye, to the universe, to the world around you. Seven of Pentacles, it does need a little bit more oomph in there. Don't give up. The Strength card is saying you're building strong roots when it comes down to your spirituality, your practices, whatever it is that you're doing, your beliefs. Now let's see the action card. Seven of Wands and the Eight of Swords, which is interesting because I feel like that's the yin and the yang that you have within you. That you can see here, the yin and the yang. I did wonder what that would be because they're both running forward, but you are moving forward ultimately, but there is two sides of you, which is completely fine. Sometimes it's just your shadow self and your subconscious mind as well as your conscious mind. So that's the yin and the yang. It's almost like there is a part of you that gets really stuck up in your head a lot of the time, and it's like, oh no, I'm stuck, like I'm not moving, or I'm trapped. Maybe it's like a bit of that way of thinking. And then there's another part of you that is like pushing through anyway, and it's like, despite the odds, you will be successful, despite these thoughts, despite these feelings of being trapped, being anxious about the time, and, you know, feeling restricted, you are going to overcome all the things that are coming up against you, or what feel like they're coming up against you. Heart chakra, 4 of Cups and a 5 of Swords. That's interesting. When it comes down to your heart chakra, 4 of Cups is telling me that maybe you're a bit closed off, potentially because of past relationships here. So 5 of Swords, it's very likely you've had to cut some people out in the past because maybe what they were offering was not good enough or was not genuine enough. So you have a hard time opening up. Magician, 8 of Cups, maybe you had to walk away from someone who was quite manipulative in the past, someone who put on a bit of an act. Someone may have walked away from you, you know, maybe someone said they want all these things and then suddenly they just disappear and it's like, what the F, you know? So you could have a hard time opening up or trusting what people are offering you with that 4 of Cups. Your advice is clearly bring to balance your thought process when it comes down to something serious. Ace of Pentacles, in terms of your heart chakra, it's good in terms of stability and it's good in terms of understanding your worth and your value. 9 of Swords is just, you know, sometimes we think the worst case scenario. When it comes down to love, maybe some of you might, you know, really feel a little bit scared about commitment. And it's not so much that you don't want it, it's just that maybe you're worried about what that means, meaning that, you know, is someone else going to want the same thing as I do? 9 of Swords, you know, when it comes down to relationships, the best advice I have for people is you can never control someone else. You have to, or fully trust someone else, really. You can only trust someone so much until you realize they were not who they say they were, for example. But at the end of the day, as long as you know that you are okay within yourself, regardless of what they do, you know that you'll be able to make the right decision for you. Of course, make sure you're in relationships that are good for you. Absolutely. Make sure you pay attention to the signs. But that's all coming from trusting yourself that, okay, even if you open your heart space to somebody, you know when to stop. Okay? Like, it's really about trusting yourself and actually maybe giving yourself your heart chakra first before you give it away to anybody, if that's the feelings that you're struggling with. All right? Because it's just a bit blocked because you have a little bit of a hard time trusting to open it. You know, I don't think you want to open it, or there is something about maybe not really, again, like believing people. Maybe you have, you know, had a lot of offers in the past and you just rejected them because you're like, nope, you're not really being genuine enough, are you? And, you know, maybe, I think at the end of the day, you can't really reject something that's for you. So if you did do that, then, you know, it's okay. At the end of the day, you'll definitely find your person. But I'm kind of getting like a story of, you know, when good people come your way, it's almost like there's part of you that's like, no, that's not true, what you're offering me, or you're just lying. You know, that's the kind of self-sabotaging energy because your heart is closed. It literally cannot open to anybody because you're fearful. That's the 9 of Swords. So when you get stable within your heart chakra and you trust within yourself that you know and love yourself enough to place boundaries when necessary, and you know when to, and you know trust yourself so much that even if the person that you're with ends up, you know, leaving or something happens and you know you're okay within yourself. We don't need to depend on anyone in this world. I think love is a beautiful thing and it's something that we all deserve at some point in our life. Like, absolutely, true love is amazing. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for that to save you, you're going to wind up in relationships that are problematic because you're looking, it causes a lot of problems. Either you have high expectations of a partner and what they're supposed to give to you, and you end up sabotaging the relationship because that person now is your emotional support system. So if, you know, they can't deal with your emotions sometimes and you think they don't love you, when in reality they do, but there's only so much someone can take. For example, I'm not saying that you're an issue at all. It could be vice versa, the same as someone did that to you. You are not that person's therapist and no one is your therapist either. That's something you have to do within yourself. Of course they can listen, of course they can lend a hand, and if they care about you, then absolutely they'd love to do that, but they cannot be your only support system. You have to be your support system. All right. And, you know, if yeah, it's just is what it is. It's about being emotionally mature enough to understand that your love with you is the most important relationship that you will ever have with anyone in this world. It's you. You came into the world with yourself. You'll go out of it with yourself. It's you, and you are the most important person to you. Alrighty. But anyway, I love you guys. I wish you all the best. I send you my love. Sorry for the little lecture, but clearly someone had to hear it, and that's fine. If it's not your message, it's not for you. There's no need to be, don't need to take anything that what I'm saying. If it doesn't resonate, then that's fine. If you knew it already, good. Amazing. I'm proud. All right. Well, anyway, I love you. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you guys next time. All right.